Alrighty, so today I'm going to do something completely different than what I usually do for my gaming videos. I'm going to talk about sports. I'm a huge sports fan. I don't talk about it on my channel that much. I talk about it on my live streams a little bit. But today in particular, I want to talk about the situation that happened at the end of the New Orleans Saints and Atlanta Falcons game, final game of the regular season. For those of you that don't know, the Saints had the ball on the Falcons' 1 yard line, entered victory formation, and then instead of just kneeling down to end the game, they handed the ball off to Jamal Williams, their fullback, so he could get a touchdown. Before we get more into the situation, I want to say a couple things just as disclaimers. One, I'm not a Jameis Winston fan. Never have been ever since his time in college. Not a fan. Two, Jamal Williams deserves recognition. He deserves to be shouted out for the role he decided to take for the Saints. A player that got 17 touchdowns last year, taking a job as a fullback to better his team and be the best person he can be for his team, he deserves all the respect in the world for being a team player. He deserves something. This wasn't it. In this situation, when you line up in victory formation and then take advantage of the other team, you are going beyond the game for a single player. In almost no situation is a single player, bigger than the game. There are only a couple situations I can think about like this. One, Damar Hamlin. Last year, that became bigger than the game. Ryan Shazier, when he became paralyzed, bigger than the game. But when you take advantage of a situation that's almost sacred in the NFL, it's the ending of a game. All teams abide by this. You line up for the victory formation, you kneel down. It's not a fake spike. It's nothing like that. You are taking a situation that is universally recognized as the game is over, nothing's going to happen, and you're crapping all over it. You're doing this to a division rival. It's not okay. Teams can no longer trust, even if it's just with the Saints, that a victory formation is indeed a victory formation. Next year, you might see players going hard at a victory formation because they think something funny is going to come in. You might start seeing injuries because of this in garbage time when the game's put away, just because the defense can't really accept or fully trust that a victory formation from the Saints or from Jameis Winston is truly a victory formation. This is bad for the game. Again, Jamal Williams definitely deserves something. He hadn't gotten a touchdown all year despite taking a selfless role for the team. He deserves something. If you want him to get a touchdown, then line up at the one and have him get it. Don't go into victory formation. Go into bunch formation. Do the Philly push tush. Do your version of the quarterback sneak. Have him be Mike Allstott. You get him that touchdown. But you earn it. He's already earned it. Jamal Williams already earned it. But you don't take something as, I want to say iconic as the victory formation to get him a touchdown. Again, he deserves all the credit in the world. He deserved a touchdown. 100%. Clearly has the talent. He scored 17 of them last year. But then you make an effort during the game. And yes, I understand it was a big game in that division. But you do something within the confines of quote-unquote normal plays. You've tainted the victory formation. You made the Falcons look bad. You made your head coach look bad. It is a bad look. I understand what they were trying to do. I do. And again, he deserves it. But in that situation, at the end of the year, no. It's a bad look. It really is. And I think it could possibly have ramifications going into next year. Again, whether it's Winston at quarterback, whether it's just the Saints in general. The Saints head coach clearly lost the locker room. Other people have talked about it. I'm not going to. He came out after the game and said, this is not who we are. So there's already a rift between him and the players. But this is not okay. I'm not putting this on Jamal Williams. You just can't do this. Find another way to honor a player and get him the props he clearly deserves other than this. Find a different way. I'm fine with it being on the field. That way all the fans can recognize it, and it's the most public place for a player to be, obviously. Doing something off the field might not get him as much recognition outside of the locker room and the organization as he clearly deserves. But do not defile the victory formation. You already won. So not only are you trying to kick them when they're down, you're also kicking them when they've given up. It's not like they were even putting up a defensive front against this. They were down, you beat them, they'd given up, and then you kicked them one more time. It's not okay. And this should not have happened at all. That's my piece on this. That's why it rubs me the wrong way. Jamal Williams, congratulations. You deserved this. You really did. And I hope you get way more credit for the role you take on in the team than you got this year. The rest of the Saints who organized and participated in this, though, find another way. You have to find another way. It's not okay.